a Sunday. I don't go out on Sundays. I don't go out on weekends. But let's get back to creating content for a brand. So the first thing is obviously to come up with the concept, an idea, right? Like I told you guys. So last night, I spent maybe 3 hours just thinking. I always personally like to think before I look at Pinterest, before I look at YouTube, before I look at other brands, just because I want to see if I can come up with my own idea and not be influenced by another brand. Once I have an idea, I jot down in my notebooks. I have a million notebooks. I jot down all the things that I need to get for it. Like, how do I need to make it happen? How many models do I have in mind? What's the theme? What's the colors that I want, age, all those little details, then I jot it down. Then from there, I go on Pinterest and I write down my idea and see what pops up. Once I have a whole bunch of images, it might not even be really what I'm looking for, but it gives it like a hint of what I want to get to. I personally like to print my mood boards. So this, for instance, is one of my mood boards that I recently did a photo shoot. I just like to visually see it. I don't really like to be on my phone when I'm at a photo shoot, or if I'm explaining to the photographer what I want. I like to be able to take it out and show it. It's also a great way to hand out to the models when they're waiting for their turn to be photographed, so they can get an idea of like the kind of body positions that I want them to do, the energy that I want them to embody, and it just makes the photo shoot just simpler or easier. Simpler a word? Hey Alex, you own a brand, right? What do you look for when you hire someone to create content for you?
That they're willing to understand what the brand is, what the brand transmits, or what the brand is about, like the ethos of the brand. Because if you're like stuck in your own head, then you're never gonna work for us, because you cannot just design for Woxer. You're designing for yourself, and it's important for you to put yourself apart and just think about what Woxer is.
What else?
How good are you at doing research on future trends? Because you're always designing for the future, never for today.
And the last thing, one more tip.
I guess, past experience of what you've done, what you're capable of, and also the ease of you to get along with people. Like, are you gonna be problematic? Are you gonna be easy? Like, are you complaining since day one? Like, that's all. That's no. Because you don't want to. They can be like the best creative, but if if you don't really fit, like complain too much, or if you're just not willing to put in the work, then you're not gonna work for us. So might as well save us the time that we can potentially waste, and then just say no from the beginning. So hire correctly.
Those were all great tips for anyone looking to working with a brand or creating content for a brand. This was not planned at all. My friend Maria, who does create content for brands, is actually having dinner with us. So I'm asking her the big question. What's the best tip you can give us as a content creator?
As a content creator, you have to understand your client. And that's the number one thing. You have to remove yourself from the experience. You're not creating content for your taste because you're not the market. You have to understand who your client is and who is their market. You first have to define that and study and research it as much as you can, and then you can create. But that does not mean that you're going to replicate by doing the research. And the contrary, you're going to put your ability, which is why you're being hired for, because you create new content. How are you going to be better than it already exists?
So humans, that's the end of this vlog. I'm so glad. Ooh, my dog, you okay? I'm so glad I was able to have my friend Maria and my girlfriend Alex give you guys some tips and advice and feedback on what it's like to become a content creator, what a brand is looking for, and some advice from an actual content creator. Oh, I almost forgot. Make sure to stay wild, stay wanderless, and stay weird. And I'll catch you tomorrow for another effing vlog.